Yeah.
We're forever a part of the culture. HBCU Pulse always has you on lock. From the shade room to your favorite news feed, and now on your TV and radio. We are the number one outlet for HBCU culture. Follow HBCU Pulse on social media and visit hbcupulse.com to stay up to date on what's going on in the HBCU community.
What's good? What is up, HBCU family? It's your girl, Destiny Kerr, a senior public health major hailing from the Show Me State herself, currently in attendance at the illustrious Xavier University of Louisiana, the top 6 HBCU. Act like you know. Looking beyond the crown today, we have here the mogul himself. Act like y'all know. Once serving at the 17th Mr. Dillard University, he has made quite the impact. Currently now in attendance at the Real HU, he is still paving the way and making some noise today. I have here today Mr. Spencer Jones. How we doing? How we feeling?
What's going on, everybody? I'm doing good, Glad to be here.
Yes, it's so good to have you. Long time no see.
Hey, I mean, you know, I guess y'all, you know, y'all Xavier Rice. I guess y'all cool. I guess y'all cool.
You know.
Just for tonight, you know.
So let's get into it. Introduce us to yourself. Tell us a little bit, you know, things that we should know, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, of course. Well, again, thank you so much for having me here. As mentioned, my name is Spencer Jones. I'm originally from West Memphis, Arkansas, which is about 10 minutes outside of Memphis, Tennessee. And I am a spring 2023 graduate of the Dillard University, the first HBCU in the state of Louisiana. And there, I majored in urban studies and public policy with a concentration in pre-law. And among other things, I notably served, as mentioned, as the 17th Mr. Dillard University. And also, as mentioned, I also now currently attend the Howard University School of Law, pursuing my Juris Doctor, specifically in public interest law. So just glad to be here. Always glad to get back to my HBCUs and engage with you all.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to DU. Go DU.
You know.
Honorary member. Don't do that. So what made you choose DU as your HBCU?
Man, you know, every time someone asks me this question, I always, you know, it's kind of a cliche response, right? But oftentimes I really feel like Dillard chose me, you know, and I was exposed to kind of like the excellence that is Dillard because my mom was an alum or is an alum of Dillard. She graduated with her biology degree there in the 1980s. And, you know, I knew that I always wanted to go to an HBCU, you know, coming out of high school, went to a predominantly white high school. So I wanted, you know, that experience of learning within, you know, like-minded people that look like me as well. So I knew that I wanted to go to an HBCU. And then my mom, she just exposed me, you know, to the excellence that is Dillard. And of course, like I toured and got accepted to other HBCUs, but it was Dillard that really felt like home for me. You know, as soon as I stepped, you know, on campus, you know, I just felt the community. I felt a sense of home. And then to know, like, I always knew that I wanted to go to law school. I knew that was always an end goal for me after college. And then to see Dillard's stellar pre-law program as well, I was like, yeah, this is it. And then, of course, you know, money helps. Dillard gave me the most money. But, you know, that always helps. But, you know, I love my HBCU,
Yes. Okay. So walk us through your time at Dillard, starting with your freshman year.
Man, you know, I feel so old now, you know, I'm in law school now, but my freshman year, so started school in 2019. And like I said, Dillard just has a way of creating a real family atmosphere. And, you know, during that time as a freshman, you know, coming out of high school about, you know, 18, 19 years old, you know, I didn't really see the leader in me that other people saw, you know, other people that were already at Dillard, you know, but they were like, Spencer, like, you need to run for freshman class council. You need to run for freshman. You need to do this. I'm like, yeah, okay. But then, you know, I had actually a past Mr. Dillard at that point, you know, he came up to me and he said, no, like, dude, like, you really need to run for this. Like, you have it in you, you know. And lo and behold, by the grace of God, I was able to run for that and be able to get that position, be able to do great things in that. And that really catapulted, you know, kind of me leaving my legacy at Dillard, you know. Ran for Mr. Freshman, did great things in that role, was able to serve the school. And then I took a break from royal court after that and got involved in other ways, got involved with different student organizations, different student government associations. Then I also got involved outside of Dillard as well, because I knew that I wanted to get involved in law and politics. So did a lot of community involvement there in New Orleans. Really wanted to get my name out there and all those things. And then I became a White House HBCU scholar for Dillard, which actually, the current student. Like, I would have told you that you were crazy, and I don't or anything. I say that because that really shows you how Dillard really cultivates you into the leader that you don't even know is. So I'm grateful for my experience at Dillard, and I still use some of the things that I learned from Dillard, my HBCU, to this very day. Now at the real HU,
the real HU.
Come on now, because they be trying to play on our top a little bit, but
I think my last interview when I was talking to Corey made it very clear, baby. Look at the day we was founded. Okay.
Amen. And that's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say.
Most def. So out of all of your years being at Dillard, what would you say was like your success year? Like that was that year.
That was that year. That's a good one. You're making me think, man. I would probably say it's somewhere between my junior and senior year, but I would probably say my senior year. I would definitely say that because, at that point, I was just really focused, like, I had done, a whole lot of involvements on campus. Like I had done this and done that. And at that point, I was just really focused on leaving my legacy at Dillard and leaving my legacy within the position as, Mr. Dillard University. And that was the year when I felt like I was able to have the most impact and touch the most people, on campus. But also the year when, I kind of enjoyed life a little bit, being that it was my senior year and stuff like that. So I took that time to, really enjoy life and, prepare for, the transition that I'm in now, which is law school. So yeah, I would say definitely my senior year for sure.
Okay. So yeah, tell us a little bit about, because I know for you didn't stop going to school after you graduated. You went straight to law school, baby. So tell us about that, how that's been.
I see why people take a gap year. I see why people take a gap year. But like in all seriousness though, I knew that, like I said before, I knew that law school was an end goal for me because that's just always what I wanted to do since I was a kid. I knew that I wanted to go ahead and start law school, not really want to take a gap year because I just wanted to, get straight through it, right? But yeah, law school has been it's been an experience, it's been hard, this particularly, in your first semester, your 1 year, that's a challenge, that's a great, adjustment, especially me moving all the way from the South all the way up to DC. So a lot of transition, right? But it was my experiences that I had at Dillard that let me know that I'm ready for this transition, because me being in that position, as Mr. Dillard let me know that even though I might be gone, removed from that position now, I'm still a king in whatever room I walk into. And that's never going to change. You know what I'm saying? It kind of builds that confidence within you. So that's definitely something that's like something that's really still transferable from my experience at Dillard, but now, in law school up in DC.
So do you feel like you serving as the 17th Mr. Dillard University, like I'm not going to say impacted you, but how did it cultivate you in a way? Because I feel like you've answered it, but I want to know a little bit more.
Yeah. So, I would say that I was always, a confident person, and I always kind of like knew my worth and stuff like that. But when I was able to step into that role and be in some of the rooms that I was able to be in, because of that role, that really, bolstered my, confidence, not so much to make me arrogant, but to let me know that I can have a seat at the table. I have a voice too, in whatever aspect, in whatever way that means. So me serving in that role, obviously, it made me gain so many connections. I mean, so many of my brother HBCU King, or brother HBCU King, sister HBCU Queen, I still talk to this very day. So that really exposed me to the tight network that is there even in that. And even some of the connections that I was able to make with different organizations that I was able to partner with through my reign are still pivotal to me through this day. I'm still getting reference letters to this very day. So not only did my reign to do it help me, professionally and all those type of things, but it helped me mentally and socially as well, and helped me to know and have confidence in whatever space I walk into.
Yeah. Okay. That's on period. Say that. Say that. So looking beyond the crown and diving a little deeper into, you being at law school at Howard, what things have you done at Howard? Because I know you, baby, you don't just go to school. You pay way. So what are we doing currently at Howard?
Well, so we do 1 year. We definitely focus on school now, because one thing I would say, I wish I had $1 for the amount of hours that I was studying and reading today and this past semester. So, but I've been able to do some things at Howard Law, obviously, 1 year they say like trying to get involved, but like you said, hard not to. So I was able to, and this is by the grace of God too. Like when I tell you, like, before I went to Howard Law, I didn't even know that I was going to go there at first. Like if you had told me in January of last year I would be at Howard Law, like I don't even know, and that I would be going there for free, I definitely would have told you you were crazy. But let me tell you this though. So when I was getting accepted into Howard, I was accepted into what's called our Jerome L. Green Public Service Scholars Program, which affords incoming law students who have an interest in public interest law, public service law, allows them to get, full tuition scholarships, among other opportunities while you're in law school. And this was birthed out of one of the biggest donations that Howard Law has received in its history. And I was just grateful that I was even, accepted into this program. You know what I mean? Further, affirming to myself, like, no, you have like a seat at the table, right? And then I've been able to get involved with so many different student organizations, like our Public Interest Law Society, and then our American Constitution Society, our National Black Law Students Association, all these different things. And then I have a fellowship now where we're working on some programs that do with the law school. So very, very busy, very, very busy. But it's all good things though. And it's all things that, I'm passionate about, because here, like in professional school, like I'm able to really focus on the things that I want to spend, the rest of my life doing, which is law and public service and advocacy. And Howard is just the perfect school for that, because like I'm honored every day that I'm able to walk the same halls, like that Thurgood Marshall walked, that Charles Hamilton Houston walked, that Parley Murray walked, like all these different civil rights activists that I look up to. Like you're telling me that I'm able to walk in the same halls as these people, like it's crazy, it's insane. Yeah. But it's a testament to God and what my HBCU experience has brought for me.
Most deaf, yes. Oh my God. Ooh, speak to my soul. So what's next? What can we expect next?
What's next? So got 2 more years of law school for sure. 2 more years of law school. Definitely more involvement is going to come from that. And then after I leave law school, definitely plan to either go work in the government or open up my own law firm. Not really sure which yet, still trying to kind of figure that out, but thankfully, I have some time. But one thing that I do know is that my career is going to be centered in public service and advocacy, and more so politics and government. So that's what I know, and always thinking with people first in my mind, specifically the African-American community. And then I do want to find ways in my career to still give back to HBCUs, because I see the impact that HBCU experience has had on me and on other people. So whether that's becoming, an HBCU president one day or whatever it may have you, hey, you never know. It's a lot of things you do a law degree, you never know. But yeah, I know that in my career, like while it's going to be focused on like law and politics, I know that HBCUs are going to be centered in some way. So
for sure. I mean, you think you could see yourself coming back to Dillard and being president for Dillard?
Hey, we'll see. Dillard's probably going to be, exponentially bigger college, by then. So, we're gonna see. But I would love to though, because I went back to homecoming, this past year early, and I was able to escape law school for a little bit and go back to homecoming. And that was one of my first times I had been back since I graduated, and like had a moment, like, because I was like, wow, like this is a place that has had so much impact on me for like the past 4 years, and so many people there that have had an impact on me for the past 4 years. And I was just like, wow, like I could never like forget this place. Like my HBCU Dillard will always be a part of my story in whatever place I'm going to, so I say that to say maybe, you never know.
That part. So before we go, because I do want to ask you this last question, what would you tell somebody? Because I feel like for you, you've had that HBCU experience times 2. So what would you say to somebody who maybe be, maybe is dabbling and choosing an HBCU or wondering like, is this for me?
Yeah. So, and I particularly relate to that because, while I wanted HBCU experience, I still applied to PWI still. So I definitely get it. That's a loaded question. So one thing I would say to someone that's thinking about it is, first, do what's best for you, but just know that an HBCU experience, and this is from my personal experience, is going to give you an invaluable experience that you won't get from anywhere else. I mean, being able to learn through the lens of Black professionals, through Black people, being surrounded by like-minded Black people in a sea full of Black beauty, like you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get a sense of culture at an HBCU like you get, you know, at other colleges. And that's not to put other colleges down. That's just simply what it is. You know what I'm saying? And especially when HBCUs, and I know for me personally, you know, it's not only impacting me academically, but socially and mentally as well. Like I said, like I'm not the same Spencer that I was, you know, in 2019 versus 2023 now. It's not the same, but I owe all of that to Dillard and my experiences at Dillard. So I would just say to that person, you know, do what's best for you, but just know that an HBCU will give you an invaluable experience that you won't get anywhere else, and any of the 107 HBCUs we got. So
I know that's right. Say that, 107, baby.
Amen, amen.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was so great to have you. I love you dearly. I love you dearly. I will always stay up to date with what's going on with you because Lord knows, y'all, I can say this to myself, Spencer, he is him. He is him. And real quick, where can we find you on socials? So that I know some people maybe even watching, they want to follow it also too.
Yeah. So Instagram, it's Spencer, SPENCER.M.J. That's my Instagram. And then my Twitter. Spencer Jones 384. And then for anybody that's trying to connect professionally, Spencer Jones is just my LinkedIn account. So
that's right. Say that LinkedIn, baby.
Hey man, you never know who's watching. Who got a job for me? Who got a job for me?
You connected. Don't go there because I seen that LinkedIn. You connected. Them connections is very high.
I'm so dead. Hey, can always get them higher.
That part. Well, thank you guys. I hope to see you guys soon. And thank you for looking beyond the crown today with me with Spencer Jones.
Thank y'all.
Like what you hear?
Yeah.
Subscribe to HBCU Pulse Radio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, head to HBCUPulse.com to stay up to date on what's going on.